Yeah, I'll start.
So first semester with documentary, I think the word of the day would be adaptability. Would you agree?
I'd agree.
With COVID and that being the first time productions had happened full force under COVID, there was a lot of unknowns.
As someone who did a lot of producing and production management in a lot of the films this past year, it just meant double the amount of paperwork.
No one likes Zoom. So learning to run meetings on that platform was definitely an experience that I had to learn and go through. Whether it was mic issues or cameras being off, it was definitely a new kind of perspective to producing.
Going into Core 2 with Make Believe, I think our first priority was to make something that could work under COVID.
Yeah, so on top of planning a film, which already takes so much time, so much thought, and a lot of work, there was another layer of just the pandemic and other paperworks that we had to adapt to and reteach ourselves, or new paperworks we had to learn.
Hello, I am here in my sound editing office wearing my Soundies uniform. Words Behind Berries was a particular highlight because while I was doing the post-sound work, I was like pulling my hair out. Andressa, the director, she did it all herself. She was everything, but of course the sound was recorded quite rough.
Filming during the pandemic has been extremely hard as a director of photography. Filming in a pandemic required us to spend a lot of extra time in the pre-production phase. We need to make sure that everything would run as efficiently and smoothly as possible.
We wanted to come in with an idea we knew would work, and the cool thing about Make Believe is that all of the characters besides one was done completely offset. So that kind of actually stemmed from an idea of like, we should just have everything animated because we can't have a bunch of actors on set, you know? So
I had to make jam sounds, and I had jam, but I felt really like wasteful boiling jam. So I did water with like cornstarch and like old lettuce and oatmeal. So you'll hear some of that, me boiling that and stirring that. And I was sure I broke my microphone in that process because I was basically putting it like deep into a pot. None of the sounds in Words Behind Berries are, or like very few of those sounds are production sounds. So there's a little insider scoop. It's just me stirring oatmeal.
Not only did we have to plan for COVID protocols, we were also working with child actors, which meant that we had an extremely tight schedule. This meant knowing exactly what shots we needed, how to set it up, and how to light that scene.
And yeah, because of COVID being a whole other beast, every film this past year, like the priority was to stay safe during a pandemic.
Although the filming process in the end was great, it definitely had a rocky start.
Being very attentive and listening to a lot of the crew, I would constantly send Google Forms to the crew, and they would answer back like in terms of food, transportation, and their comfort levels regarding all of that.
There was definitely a lot of positive moments that I loved. Being on set together in person, that was a great feeling.
obviously this was not the most ideal circumstances for us to be making movies out of, but
We made it work.
Yeah, and at the very least, it was a complete learning experience, right? And we learned a lot, and because it presented new challenges, I think we got a lot out of it, you know?
No, I'm super proud of it.
Throughout filmmaking in a pandemic, you have a lot of people around you that want to help you. We were all in this boat together, and everyone's role adapted, so helping each other out was very, very important.
And with the pandemic winding down, I think we're just going to be hitting the ground running. We were running in sand for the first 2 semesters there, and then going into core, full sprint, baby. We're doing it. Want to say anything else?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Thank
Help.
you. Help.
No, we're fine.